Greetings, gamers. We are Sentinels TCG, and we're going to make a video for BSF Manila 2023, I believe. And joining me, we have Dennis,
Hi, YouTube.
Crazy Dennis, and we have Vest TCG.
Hello, hello. Been a while.
So we're gonna be discussing tier list, and this tier list will be based on what we think will be for BSF. So it's not gonna be the general tier list. It's going to be the tier list specifically made for BSF, which is in about how many days? 3 days. Yeah, three
Around that
days.
Uh,
time, yeah. 3 days?
yeah,
Two
three
days?
days.
Uh,
3 days.
Yeah,
this
three
is
days.
it's in 3 days. So we're going to make a tier list real quick. So let's start off with the first row. Chronojet.
Best deck,
Okay.
obviously.
Yeah, it definitely belongs up there, and we'll be seeing a lot of it. It
Yes,
does so
because
much.
it's good. The longer the game goes, the more powerful it gets. Has a good early game, draws a lot, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
We're
Even
still
going
not there.
first, right? If the first grade 3 turn, I mean, it's still a twin drive.
Yes,
Still threatening.
But it's going to be mirror match all over with
That's
Chronojet.
that's gonna be
it's
a
gonna
very
be who gets lucky and whoever plays more skillfully.
yes.
Okay, understandable. We all know Chrono Gel being best deck at the moment. Now, Asakura Yo, I want Dennis to speak because he's the one who's like, no, Asakura Yo should be put somewhere.
Um, it's a good aggro deck. It's I haven't seen any much of Asakura, but I think it's still a good deck. Uh, it's either between skill diff or mid, in my opinion.
Would you say
Mm-hmm.
the
Because
top of mid or the bottom of skill diff?
uh, it can be in skill diff because it's yes, like I said, it's an aggro deck. Like it can be a rogue deck against like Jet because yes, it can aggro the hell out of it. So
I
I'd say
agree.
skill diff.
Bottom of
I'd
skill
bottom
diff.
skill diff. I'd say bottom skill
Hmm.
diff.
I'd argue it's a bit. It's still in skill diff right, around that area, but I think it's a bit higher up. Uh, I think it has one of the best aggro, like grade 2, grade 3 turns, especially going first. Going first, it's going to hit hard.
Yes.
And I don't think there's a lot of decks that are going to be running the new heal for grade 4s. Because I think the
Yes.
regular 15k shields are still good right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Understandable.
just hitting all these magic numbers, it's still going to hit hard. There's no intercepts, everything. It's
Can
still
you
Yes.
good. It still
can you
holds up
not?
till
Oh
this day.
yeah, you can't intercept because I played Jet against Asakura Yo and I don't know what this deck does. And then he said no intercepts. I had two Argandas in front. I just got
Yeah.
nay. I didn't know he could do that.
Yeah, he also restands and it's a Leonard effect too. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay, we'll just
It
put it
also
in
gains a
skill diff.
crit,
Yeah.
so
Okay, we
even more
have Dote.
pressure.
Next is go Dote. Here,
I'd argue it's best deck.
Arbor Hatchet. Dote
I'd
in
argue
Uh
it's
best
best
deck.
deck.
I I'd say it's best deck in BSF just
For
because it's eight
BSF, right?
rounds team where if you go where you are allowed where you have leeway to just to break a game or two, right? You have teammates and
Yes.
the games where you don't break, you just explosive and win, right?
Yeah, just restand Vanguard and just checking crits all
And
day.
the PR Arbor Hatchet is allowed. You can play it,
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
Honestly,
That means you can put Dote in your ride deck now.
yeah, I'd argue that the more consistent one. Okay, so the Ardor Hatchet build is better for BSF since it's a team game, but for the regular like the regular tournaments, the regular one, the one with Dragonic Overlord as the ride line is better just for the consistency.
Yeah, because Arbor Hatchet needs to have uh regular DO in the drop to make it work, right?
Yes,
Yes.
and your opponent has to be grade 3 as well, so it's
So
a bit
it's
rough.
a good going. It
Oh,
gets better value when you go second, basically.
wait. So you're telling me You can't use Arbor Hatchet if you're grade 3 going first.
Yes.
Yeah.
No way.
But honestly, Dote is good pressure as when you go first also because it can swing Vanguard for the restand. Unlike Overlord, you have to swing at
Oh
the
yeah,
rear
you
guard.
can restand immediately.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You can also use what's his name? Harb also with its skill. So you can discard only one.
All right,
Yep, yep.
understandable. Here, my
But
deck,
yeah.
sir. Bub Sargra. I don't want to put it here. I'll just say skill diff. Honestly, here, up here. There's no
I
way. There's no way Bub
I
Sargra will top, bro.
I'd also say that
There
yeah,
are some real good Pub Saga
but
players.
yeah, yes. If you're dedicated enough, you can like talk with it.
Because
But
it
like
Uh,
set 9
but
just
like
gives consistency, man.
yes, it has good consistency now with the new cards from set 9. But since Eva is a thing, yeah, its skill is
Hey,
oh,
useless.
I beat Eva twice with Bub Sargra in one tournament. I ran into the
okay.
same Eva player. I beat him. You just have to learn how to play around. You keep him at 3. You swing Vanguard all the time. They'll most likely just PG. You swing the 2 Obscudites with your rears. And they won't do anything. They'll be
Yeah,
scared.
that's the main plan. And Bab
That
Saga
sounds like
has inevitability. She can just hunker down and just guard everything,
yeah,
and you
because
still
it's
have so
also a
much shield
tanky deck.
value.
It's
And
a
yeah,
tank.
it's a tanky deck that will win late game after you run them out of PGs. And you will get there. You will get there.
But
Yeah, and you'll just keep
I'd,
drawing.
I'd say it's a skill diff.
Yeah, it's a skill
Yeah,
diff
it's
deck.
still definitely there. It's just not, just needs a little bit more support, I think.
Yes. New arms
Alright.
question mark?
New arms, please. Or restander, that's all I ask. Now we have
Alright.
Eugene. Come on.
Um
No, don't put it
Man,
here.
Eugene,
I'm
it's
It's
not Jover.
sorry.
Jover.
I really feel like it's not Jover with it.
I've
But
seen I've seen people on Twitter topping with it, but like the
no,
the the
the,
The Vanguard restander, the grade 1 requires no like zero regards from your opponent,
mhm, mhm.
which is like I don't know why that's a requirement because like if you run into Eva, which has like can't unretirable
That's
obscudades,
just
then you're just
broken.
screwed.
Like you can't,
Okay,
because
so
everyone's gonna
You're
run
just
Eva.
screwed.
counter argument. Best of there's three guys. There's a 1 in 3 chance you'll fight Eva. So
That is true.
okay, so
Oh
So
yeah.
it's
yes,
mid.
I've
It's mid.
seen some Eugene players that top in Twitter. So in a
Uh,
team format, I'd say it's mid. Just and RNG based. Just don't run into Eva players, bro.
yeah, that's ultimate RNG. So
Yes,
if I'm using it, it's Jover since I'll fight Eva for 8 rounds straight. But if other people use it, it's probably mid.
yes,
So I
it's
guess it's
RNG.
RNG because
Yes, it's RNG. Just don't
you
fight
won't
Eva.
find, yeah, it's a team format. Like if you say rogue, right, and then everyone will just put Eva in player A or player C, right?
Yeah,
Or
that sounds
I don't
about
know,
right.
whatever their trip is. I don't know, man. So I guess it's RNG in a team based format. But if it's like BCS or BRO where it's a 1v1, most likely you'll just run into Evas everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, that it gets knocked down a tier in like BCS and stuff like that.
Yeah, BSF team format RNG.
Hell yeah.
Oh
BCS
yeah.
BRO it's Jover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we have
What we're talking
Jeva
about.
without mirrors.
God, that's the
Jeva
ultimate
without
copium deck. It's
Jeva without
it's
mirrors.
Eugene. It's
Honestly,
you.
I it has like a good OTK, quote unquote OTK.
With who?
With if you have
Brown?
like a lot of if you have like a lot of CB, you can just use bar and just drive check a bunch of times.
They're drive checking to victory.
Yes. So I'd say it's RNG based,
RNG
but
base around
but
here.
I can also see it being in the Jover tier.
It's got one
Like
turn.
it has such a copium. It's so copium, man. It
It's
only
got
has one
Okay,
one
so
turn
turn.
still.
Yeah, one turn to blow it slow, then it's gone.
Yeah, if he survives, then it's just you're dead.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
Jover or Jeva at the moment in
Yes,
Yeah,
BSF.
at the moment, then it's probably going to go to most likely top after a while.
Okay,
yeah.
Mahar. Prison is
Mahar, yeah.
gone. No
I'd
one
say
plays Prison that
mm,
much at the moment.
I'm putting that in skill diff.
I'm
That's
putting a skill diff just
yeah,
because it's a grade 4 deck.
it's
We're in a
too
meta
right.
full of like grade 3 in a grade 3 meta where you're one turn slower when
Yeah.
you go full power.
I think it might be the second best grade 4 deck, and it's not actually. And it's a grade 4 deck that doesn't have the issue of going second and not doing anything.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
have the superior ride, and you draw a lot of cards. Arcs is still my favorite thing to do in the game. Turn 2 arcs into turn 3 arcs, forever arcs.
Auto agree with arms.
Yeah, drawing cards. When my three
And
favorite
you have
words.
Stragalio. You have access to Stragalio also.
Oh yeah, there's also
Yeah,
consistency boost.
it's
Yeah,
just an argument whether you run Amelia or Stragalio.
yeah. This
I'd say
one you just have to
Stragalio.
really skillfully play the deck, and I think you can fight any matchup, including stuff that puts to bot and other
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
So snakes, there's no snake.
Yes. We don't have the snake PR yet in English.
So Dojo Doji. Ah yes.
I have zero info about this deck. So
Okay, so Mr. Shoujo Doji man, please,
Me,
what's your thoughts?
I use Sojo Doji, but it's not the full power Sojo Doji. So I mean, even if you have full Sojo Doji, you Soul Blast 2, you put 2 cards in the bind zone, you return 2 back to hand. And in this meta, right, it's fine to just have it back in hand. Or let's see. Are there a lot of on plays going around?
Yeah,
yes.
there are.
And that's why it's bad because on plays, like Oshnia, okay? Oshnia, and then I just use Sojo Doji to get rid of like what 5k shield. Remove Oshnia, and then it comes back to the Babsarga's hand. Call it again. You have another 20k. So I'd say it's still Jover for this guy because the snake, it's Snake Man.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people say that they also just sometimes choose the rear guard circles without any units, just so that there's no value for the opponent.
So,
Exactly.
but
Yeah,
that's the point. You can't remove the shields.
I mean,
Anyway, it's Jover. We already know it's Jover, Sojo Doji. Anyway,
it's so
Tamayura.
good.
Does Broken Toys boost Tamayura or not?
I'd say it has a potential to top.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
most likely to
it's a
top.
very consistent deck with like a very straightforward game plan. You
Yeah,
just call
it
up
can rush, it can grind.
yes. Funnily enough,
Skill
it
dip or
also
mid?
Most likely to top, I'd say.
most likely to top.
Yeah, I
Here?
Because
put it up.
Really?
Yeah, I
it's
put it there. Yeah, really.
yeah,
I think it's a great rogue pick to
yes,
go for your
because
team.
Yeah,
it's
I
very
guess.
it's very consistent.
I've
I
never
feel like it's
fought
the
a
perfect deck.
Tamayura.
I feel like it's the perfect deck if it didn't have a bit of a soul issue. Yeah. Like I'd say it would be the like legit perfect deck if it didn't have any issues with soul. It draws cards, it puts stuff to bottom, it counter charges. I don't think there's any issue aside from soul.
I mean, right now, from what I've seen in Tamayura, it doesn't really use much soul.
You need to draw the cards to keep up with the meta. That's the
That
main use of the soul,
yeah, that is true.
and to counter charge as well.
But from my like play testing, it doesn't really have that issue. So
Well, it's still a really strong deck
Understandable.
regardless.
yeah,
Alright. Luquier. Mr.
Okay,
Full
okay,
bling here.
okay. That's most likely to top. For me personally, it's the most likely to top deck. It's the type of deck that doesn't require you to actually hit triggers because your numbers are huge, right?
yes, with
And yeah,
yeah,
even persona rides, for sure persona rides like will completely turn the tide of the game. But even if you don't hit it, your rear guard's still gonna hit extremely hard. It's just that it lacks a bit of consistency. You
it's also a bit
mhm.
piece reliant because
Yeah,
you want to see your order for that fourth attack.
you want to see your order and a way to keep recycling it. And there's a lot of retire in the format. Kind of
Yeah.
rough keeping your Falcate alive unless you want to keep putting it back. But
Put
if
it
you do
back.
that, you lose the value with the breathing dragon that gives your front row 5k.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have to really play around that. But no, it's a really strong deck.
So most likely to top or skill diff?
Yeah. I'd say most likely to top with a bit of bias here, but I don't think it's better than Tamayura.
Oh, I agree. I agree. So I'd say it's
Okay.
like in the lower tier of like most
So
likely to
like the
top.
bottom of this. All
Yes.
Yeah.
right. Let's agree on that. Now we have Barrow Magnus.
Oh, I wanna. Mm,
I would
I'd say it's
say
RNG. I'd say it's RNG. It has a good
RNG.
OTK. It has a good OTK if you have the pieces. That's basically it.
RNG based.
But
Higher
I can also,
than this?
yes, it's higher. It's
Yeah,
higher than B.
honestly, yeah, I also think Barrow Magnus is higher.
But if you're like a dedicated Barrow player, it can maybe in the skill diff.
hmm, yeah, I it's a grade 3 deck that doesn't want to see its persona rides.
It works
Doesn't
without
even
Persona, right?
it
Right?
works without persona.
Yeah, but finding persona rides actually actively hurt the deck, I think, since you just want more stuff to, put cards to soul or effects
Or
that
like
come out
soul
from soul.
charge.
Yeah, so just seeing your persona rides kind of like, nah, maybe it's just a different card. You already have the power. It doesn't.
So yeah, when it hits its pieces or like gets to 15 soul on its turn 3, the deck is gonna be very good and scary.
So it's just
Because
RNG.
because it can disrupt field. It has crit pressure. It has a big rear guard columns because of swirlers, because of your massive soul charging. So
Okay,
yeah, I'd say it's RNG, just because it's very piece reliant.
let's hear. Now we have the two Bruce decks, both G3 and G4. Is Bruce dominating at the moment? The
No,
old
No,
Bruce?
it's a bit too
it's too
slow.
slow.
In a
Yeah.
turn 3 meta.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
is it Jover for G3 Bruce and
I'd say
G4?
Not
G3 does it
not
better.
really. Not
It's I
really.
think it I feel like the
So
G3 could
mid.
be a skill
Mid.
diff. Really?
I'd say
G3
it's
skill diff?
Yeah, lower skill diff. The G3 one.
I'd say it's RNG because if you can survive, it's like your opponent's turn 3 shenanigans. Yes, it can be good, but I can also see it being in skill diff because of Julian giving so much value when you
Mhm.
have higher damage. So even
Uh,
if they rush you, just call out Julian and have like a full field.
yeah.
Okay, G4
And
could probably be in mid
yeah,
because
this one, yeah.
it's slower than G3.
Yeah.
Without, I mean, it's technically not slower, but I'd say it has like a lower kill potential.
It's an OTK deck that can be easily guarded.
Yes.
Understandable. And you'll take a lot of hits in the early
Yeah,
game because you're
you need
waiting
the
for
you need
G4.
SPV.
Yeah, you're waiting for G4 to come out before you start.
You also want to keep your pieces because if you
Yeah.
Exactly.
guard with it, then your grade 4 value just becomes worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine you're going like what? First and then Chrono Jet goes second, first stride. You'll get hit 4 times, right?
With like massive power.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with big power. So you're
I can
gonna
even argue.
keep your
I can even
pieces in
argue
hand.
it's in the Jover tier. Like
For G4 Bruce.
from what I'm listening right now, I think it's in a Jover tier.
Imagine. It's
Jover
also Eva.
or
Eva's a 4
Lomir.
attack
Yeah.
deck. Overlord's
Yeah.
a 4 attack deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those with massive numbers and massive pressure.
It's yeah.
So yeah,
It's just
It's
I
over
think
for
it's gonna be a Jover.
it's Jover for G4. Now we have Draduel without the mask.
I'd say it can top.
yeah.
Can
Yeah.
Draduel without the mask
It has 5
top?
attacks. It has crit pressure. It reduces
Mhm.
your opponent's power. I'd say
Mhm.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's
It has a
also
clear win con, right? It wants to do what it wants to do, And then yeah, just do what you want to do, right? It's still lower than Tamayura, I say.
Lower than Tamayura. Okay.
Yeah. I am a firm believer that Tamayura is one of the best decks in the format.
Best decks that
Underrated.
no
Yeah.
one usually
I'd,
plays.
I'd say it's underrated. Yeah, Tamir is underrated.
Yeah.
All right,
One of the best decks no
Greedon.
one's playing. Agreed on
I have
such.
I haven't seen Greed on in like forever.
It's a 4
Same.
attack deck that tries three attacks. It's a 3 attack deck.
Like 3 attacks.
Yeah, it's sad.
So is it
I
just
It's a 3
mid?
attack deck with so much effort to reach 3 attacks.
It's
Commit
probably
to
just
hand.
mid.
Oh, in
Like
RNG,
here.
if you hit like RNG wise, like if you're the ultimate high roller, I think it can beat every deck.
On your
So
turn
you're
3, just
putting
check
it
your
RNG.
OT. Right? You
Yeah,
just keep swinging
yeah,
for 10k extra crit. 23 extra crit, you know?
yeah. Golly.
I
Alright,
mean,
now we
sure.
have Chaos.
Oh, the guy that
Chaos.
chaos
The
from
random guy who just won with Chaos. So is
first
it
place. I
RNG or skill diff?
I'd say it's a skill diff because like no one expected it to top, especially first place, and he carried his team.
Was it
So
BSF that he won?
Yeah,
yes, he won the latest BSF. So
I
I'd
Okay.
say
agree.
I will only say it's a skill diff just because I think the guy who played Chaos knows what he's doing.
And people
Espe-
don't know what he's doing. Do you think
So if you're a dedicated Chaos player, I think there's a high chance you can top. But if you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna play Chaos for fun, then I don't think your chances are that high.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely a
So
skill diff. Yeah,
yes, it's a skill diff.
it's a 5 attack deck that has guard restrict.
yeah, oh
It if
yeah.
you high roll, bro, if you high roll on turn 2, it's over for the opponent. Right, you're swinging huge numbers.
Yes.
Yeah, like what happened to me, bro. I fought Chaos in KJ Nation Wars. I died, I'm still grade 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very very
So is it
scary.
RNG? So is it RNG?
No, the
No,
RNG is
I
the high roll, right? It can
yes,
high roll, but it's regular play. It's already strong as is.
yeah. It doesn't really need to high roll for it to like be good.
Okay, understandable. Now
Mhm.
we have Unica. Is this the real RNG? Check
Yeah,
your
Yes.
that's
crits.
RNG galore,
This
dude.
is
If
the
you don't
real RNG.
if you don't have 3 crits in bind zone, then you're just coping, bro.
It's if you get 3 crits, it's in skill diff. If not, it's in Jover.
Yeah, it's
Oh
basically
yeah.
a
Yeah,
RNG. It's
it's in
basically
between.
RNG.
It's RNG.
Yeah, exactly that.
Mid.
It's in between. Now we have Viamans.
Vehemence. Wow, I feel Vehemence is pretty good, I think. But is it enough to win in a team format? Is it better to bring that over, let's say, Mahar Nirvana or Bab Sagra?
No.
Hmm.
I'd rather have a Mohard player on my team than Viamans. Because look,
It's a
I mean,
mhm.
it has like an explosive. It has some like explosive turns, especially when you go second. But I'm more worried about your hand size because what's gonna happen to your defense for the deck.
yeah, so is
So
it just mid? Somewhere here, mid.
Man,
I
it's
don't
kind of
know. Putting it in mid is just right, but at the same time, I can also see it being in skill diff.
It
So
only
it's
has
probably
one set of support though.
yes, but like in its state, I think it's already good, but I don't think
mm,
it's not good enough compared to like the higher tier decks.
yeah, field reliant decks are pretty hard to play at the moment.
Yes, especially with like disruption.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'd
so it's
say it's higher than Barrow, maybe.
Yeah, it's definitely high mid or low skill diff, I think.
Yes.
okay. We'll just put it here.
At the moment, yeah.
Ah yes, Bastion Prime.
Hmm.
All offense, all offense.
It's a field reliant deck as well. But at the same
Yeah.
time, not really.
It doesn't really commit to field because it draws cards for it, right?
Exactly. So I'd say it's a skill diff.
Yeah.
It's
It's a
like
skill
it's
diff.
a
You
good
just
it's
need
a
to be
good rogue.
good.
It's a good rogue.
You
Rogue
just
pick.
need to get
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Even your even going second, freaking grade 3 Bastion is such a menace. It's
Yes.
going to hurt. And if it hits the OT, it
The
gets the full
value.
use, right?
Yeah, the value.
The value. It's like wow, it's like a Martino was made for it.
Yeah, I know,
Exactly.
right? Damn.
Right. So it's
Uh,
skill
I,
deck.
I yeah, and it can grind too. The grade 3, it has a good shield value with embrace. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thegria. I haven't fought Thegria in months.
I haven't encountered the Thegria.
I did fight one once, and I got double created by Blaster Dark, but I drew
Blaster
so
Dark.
many cards off of that. The one I played against used the Blaster Dark ride line with
Oh, I see.
Maron. I think it's just okay. I think it's mid.
I think it's mid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's probably
Yeah,
From what
mid
I
somewhere
it's a
from what I
turn
here.
read.
4 deck. It's a turn 4 deck.
Yeah.
Around here,
And
here. Low
I
mid.
think it's
uh
better than Eugene and maybe better than Unica.
I'd say it's better than Unica.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unique is
it,
just full RNG.
Because it can still make plays on your turn 3.
All right.
yeah.
Graham
It's a 3 attack
Grace.
deck.
Yeah, wait.
Oh man,
Graham Grace.
I
It's a
love
four
Graham
attack
Grace.
deck.
I have
So
no idea.
it's a 4 attack deck that hits like okay numbers, like almost Bastion numbers, but it doesn't really have a way to finish games. It and it holy crap, it decks out so fast. It draws you a lot of cards, meaning you can grind, you can do your thing, but actually finding a way to finish the opponent is rough.
Yeah.
Very, very hard.
The only quote unquote finisher is your persona ride turns.
I
Because
mean,
Okay.
like
yeah,
you swing
even
within
then,
massive.
right? Even then, it's just 4 attacks. I mean, four
That
attacks is good, right? But
that's all it does, right? Just
God,
gives you an extra attack.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just so easy to take. Just knowing what to guard and take the others, right?
Where do you put it?
I
Yeah,
put
it's
it
an
in
aggro
mid.
deck.
I put it
Mid,
in
Uh,
mid.
yeah.
yeah. I think mid's a good
Oh
play.
man, I really want to put it in skill diff, but maybe mid's right.
I
Yeah.
think mid is true. Hexa Orb without Aquamarine.
Highs. I'd say it's Jover.
It's
It's not
Jover.
it's not really doing anything right now. But I mean, yeah, you could argue it's also RNG based because yeah,
Oh yeah,
sacking
it could
triggers
be
is also a thing.
RNG based.
But like even then, is it that really like a very threatening? Is that very threatening for Hexorb? I'd say not
see,
really.
see,
No.
I mean, alone, like if you're playing solo, like PCS, I'd say it's mid, right? But
Yeah,
in a team-based game where you're most likely bringing two of the I don't know how many best decks and then one rogue, why would we choose Hexa Orb over something again?
like
Bastion,
Mahar or
say,
Bastion.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you rather have Bastion? If you need a Keter in your deck, like I'd put
yeah,
Bastion.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say it's
Yeah,
Jover.
it's Jover.
yeah. It's
All
high
right.
roll is RNG.
It's Hyrule
But
RNG.
e-
Without
even
RNG, it's
even
Jover.
then, even then, I'd say it's Jover.
Okay, now we have Minerva. Ahoy. It's
Mm,
not entirely best deck. It's just most likely here. Most likely top, but I don't consider it best deck. Because there are times that you can brick. There are times where you get CB denied because you need a lot of CB to make your combos. And me personally, like I need to keep combo pieces in hand, so I'm sacrificing defensives just so that I can secure my uh my combos when I play Minerva. But I still believe that it's not the best deck. Probably needs something more because there are also turns that I don't always restand. Like I check the top card, it's not a Genesis. I need a Genesis card in hand. I'll put it to Soul. I'll twin drive. I still get no Genesis, and I have
yeah,
no more restand.
it does run out of steam when in like the later stages of the game.
Yeah,
From what I
God,
see as well.
it's a rush deck. It's a rush deck that can win you the game. It's
Yeah,
really good. I'd say at its best, it's definitely best deck, right? One of the and at its lowest, it's still most likely to top.
yeah, because
yeah.
like it can still make plays
You
Yeah,
need to
it,
finish the
it
game by turn 3 or turn 4.
basically. It
yeah.
also has a good early game.
Yeah, it has a
Yeah,
good early
it's
game. It
so
has
good
a
early
good mid
game.
game.
You RNG,
It's a
right?
great mid game.
Yeah, you play
Yeah.
Carbre. you check top three, play you find out drilling angels, put drilling angel, put something from soul from drop to soul, check top three again. Oh, you high roll again, another unit,
Yeah.
right? It's so funny. You can carb return, you can do three attacks easy.
So yeah, it's
So
a strong deck. So most likely to top.
most like I put it on
Yeah,
top.
it's very well. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. MLB with the
Okay.
PRs.
Give me a sec.
Wait, is the grade 1 PR legal in BSF?
I think so.
Yeah, it's legal. So MLB, it's definitely a skill diff deck. God, it's so good. It has a clear win con of your Vanguard that crits. It's a 4 attack deck with the PR. It's got so many searches. It's consistent as hell, right? With Emmeline, Kyber, you can even run the Kadwala. Well, I think it's better than Bavsagra, honestly. Maybe better than Mohar. At least for me, right?
Oh,
Uh,
I
it
mean,
retires, right?
can do
It's a turn 3 deck.
can do 4 attacks now,
Yeah,
so
it's
that's
a turn
crazy.
3 deck. Turn 3 deck that has crit, triple drive, and God, it just does so much, right? It has power too with the grade 1. So I'm not sure why people aren't playing more MLB, you know?
Maybe it's
Also, the
because
15k
PR.
really comes in clutch, right? Against a lot of the Stoicheia Persona ride turns, that inlet swinging for 28 is just a 15k guard.
Oh yeah.
Pretty
That's true.
15K
good.
base.
Yeah,
Yeah.
15k base comes in handy.
Okay.
Okay.
I would agree
I'd
with you
say
then.
skill diff as well. Alright. How about PBO? It's still good,
I'd say it's
honestly.
most likely to top
Yeah,
because it
I'd
has a
like
good
to put it
it has a
somewhere
good early
here.
game. It has a good early game. It has good pressure with the Vanguard because it gains a crit when you have PBD in Soul.
Mhm.
Um, it can do 4 attacks.
Yeah, 4 attacks,
Obviously.
and one
And a
of them has
drive.
twin drive, right? With
Wait, can you
Glidana.
twin drive
Glidana.
with Blaster Dart on
Yeah.
rear?
If you
Yes.
counter blast, it does it, dude. It's really good.
Oh, you
And
can do
also
four
retires when you do
drives.
that, right?
Yeah, it also
Yeah, it
retires.
also retires.
It also
Okay.
punishes your opponent early game if they rush
Yeah.
as well. Because Blastodart can just kill it.
Most of the time your opponent won't swing into your grade 1 scared of the blaster dark turn. But even then, right, even if you don't get anything, you can still look at the top 7 and get something. So you don't really lose anything.
Yeah.
All right, we're
So
halfway. Yeah, we're halfway through with, and we have lyricals and here. Now we're going to Youthberg.
hmm. Is it still the best deck?
I s-
Probably not.
it's most
Has it
likely the
gone
top, I'd
down?
say.
Has it gone down as Youthberg
I
Peop-
finally fallen?
There are so many people and so many Youthberg players that say it's not as good anymore, but still draws so many cards, still hits
it,
big numbers, still
it
4
has
attacks.
it has good tempo. It also has good pressure because yeah, Vanguard swings, so multiple drive checks.
Yeah, it's still
It,
extremely strong.
it
It's so
also
hard to
decks
not.
ins like crazy.
Yeah, it's so
Yes.
hard to not keep it in. Like, if you don't want to think, just Tempest all day, right?
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I'd say it's most likely to top. Not in best deck anymore.
Yeah, I
Mm.
guess it's not there
You know,
anymore.
in this case, I feel like Minerva should go up to best deck. Because even
Okay.
Minerva?
regular, yeah, because like regularly, I feel like it's best deck already, and then your high roll is extremely best deck. Your low roll is most likely to top, right? It's
Actually,
just
you
it
know
does a
what?
lot.
Yeah, I think you're right. I haven't gone like X3 or X4 on Minerva. I always like usually I'd go in a 4 round match, I'd go 3-1. I went
Yeah,
3-1 in the Sen TCG tourney. I went 3-1 again in, let's see, in HG twice. No, only once because I played Chrono Jet the other day. And I also went 3-0 with Minerva on BCI. So,
yeah, and that's pretty well.
yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so. I guess I'd say Minerva in best deck. I only lost, I guess, because I couldn't finish them off by turn like 3 or 4 because let's say they just keep healing, so I couldn't finish them off instantly.
Yeah,
So I guess yeah, we'll move Minerva up to best deck and Youth Break maybe down.
yeah. They just swap position, I'd say.
Yeah, they just swap.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
let's go to Archite. This
Ooh,
Arcade.
Archive.
I hear it's
I
hard to
mean,
brick with Archite.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't
it's
think you
very
break with that deck.
consistent because it searches monsters really easily. You can also search his persona right with the order.
NPGs.
Arcade herself is a
Yeah.
monster.
But I'd say it's like an extremely, it's a skill diff deck.
It's a
It's a
It's a
skill
skillful
deck.
deck, I'd say.
Yeah. If you're in a budget and you're the third member and you just want to play a good solid deck, you bring Archive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd agree.
I guess should put MLB higher than Archite.
Hell yeah, let's go. I'm
No,
team
actually,
MLB all the way.
I'll put Mahar in front of Archite.
Really? I'd say Arcade is better because it can also rush with like big power on turn 3.
Mhm. Um.
I mean,
Okay.
I'd also say it's RNG because it needs to search its third order for the
Oh, that's it.
full value.
But
But
even
even
without
then,
the
you have
full
Ab.
value, right?
But even then, you have Ab and Robust.
If you
So
really
that's
want to, right?
technically extra copies of the order.
I'm pretty
So
Alright.
I guess they're on par with Mahar and Arcade.
Yeah, just no order. They're just the same here.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Avant-Garde, the robot. We're in
Yeah.
Brandgate now. We're in Brandgate territory.
Yeah.
We have
Advent.
Vesper.
Yeah.
So
I really want to put it in skill diff, but realistically, I feel like it's very RNG based.
really,
Yes, it
with
has
this,
a few issues. It has a few issues. First of all, not seeing persona rides, right? That's the roughest part. And there
No,
are
Fry Heights.
even when I'm running like for Fry Heights and for Persona Rising deck, you still there's still games where you don't see it. It's not Persona riding. You just lose all momentum. All momentum is just gone. Throw it out the window. You're gonna lose that game. Um, what else? Another is if your opponent knows how to play against Avant, you just swing at rear guards, right? Give them maybe one CB and then swing at the rear guards. They'll run out of attackers. That's the Gravidia issue where they'll have to call out triggers to guard. Another is if you're my build, if I don't see the blue eyes white dragon, what's its name?
Enlightened Age.
Enlightened Age Dragon, I feel like you don't have anything for your next turn. You're not good. I discard a lot of my orders since I can recycle them. But yeah, I feel like there are some really good players that can maybe make it work, and I'm not one of them.
So I guess it's skill diff.
I mean, which
And maybe.
I'd say it's a skill diff because
Okay.
yeah, I think it's better than Babs, better than Chaos,
Okay, so
better than
you're right. Maybe I'm underselling it a
Nice.
bit. The grade 2 order does a lot of work.
I'd argue it's
Yeah,
even
bro.
better than Bastion.
Put it up around here.
Really? Damn, thank you guys. I don't have the
I mean,
power.
it's
I don't have
highest.
the power.
Highest, is potentially topping,
Yeah.
but it has
Up
like
here or up here?
Oh,
yeah,
once it hits OT on a persona right turn, I feel like that's lights out. That's lights out.
exactly. I mean, it's all the breath.
Okay, maybe you guys
Yeah.
are right. Maybe you guys are right. I just think of the bad negatives of the deck a bit too much. Yeah,
Also
yeah.
the
Yeah, but
thing
Maybe you're
where
right.
you just stop,
but
no
it
blitz orders,
Yeah, no
no.
blitz orders and no intercepts. I guess you're right. Yeah.
yeah against Eva, but especially with that grade 2 order
Oh
can
yeah. Oh,
Yeah, you
definitely.
just stop
You know what? You're right.
210k. That's 20k
Probably in
shields
a
out.
yeah. You're probably right. In a BSF format, Avant-Garde is a great rogue deck to pick. If you're seeing a lot of Evas and Chrono Jets, this deck can do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
you just stop their
I forgot
Agambula
that
and
we were in
stop
the
their.
You,
context of BSF.
you can argue it's even
It
in
might be
the most
here.
yeah because
It
like
might be here.
it's like full power. It's full power. I'd say it's most likely to top.
Okay. Maybe.
Maybe
So
Maybe
around
you're right.
here. I think I'd say it like this, bro.
I'd say
Okay. Who is it better than Luque? Luque is more consistent though. I know
Okay,
what
you're
now.
right.
Let's leave it. Yeah, let's leave
I
it
mean,
like
it
that
has
for a
fry
moment.
heights. You have
I'd
like
say yeah. It's also
Yeah.
consistent.
Okay. Yeah.
you
Maybe
have
you're right.
8
Maybe you're right.
persona rights. You can put the Regalis in that thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe you're right.
Okay.
Maybe you're right.
Welstra. Is Welstra best deck right now? Or is it
No,
just most likely?
I'd say it's most likely. because it still needs its pieces. It needs fry height 100%. Because if you don't see your fry height, then the value of the deck is just very bad. Because you need to operate multiple times, and yeah, you just need to see fry height. It also has a good plus engine because of the Betsal. It can plus on field. It draws you cards. It gives you soul. Like that order is just really
And you can
good.
spam fry shoots maximum and just reduce them to
Attack,
negative.
yeah, it can also do 5 attacks potentially if you have the right pieces.
Alright, so it's
Yeah.
around
But in
here.
the BSF format, you have to hope, I guess, to not fight Eva since that's an uphill battle.
Yes, it can die to Eva because it has like such a strong defensive hand.
Okay,
Mhm.
understandable. Heroes, is it Jover?
No, it's not
I'd say
Jover.
it's
Definitely not.
mid. It's
Definitely
mid.
not.
Mid?
Yes.
It's a good.
Mid.
It can. It's a good deck that can hold up.
I'll put it in
Like
Wait,
mid
wait.
mid. Middle
Really?
mid.
I'd say it's maybe low skill diff, you know?
Low skill div?
It can recycle its shields now. It can recycle its shields. It's got
oh
a
yeah,
big attack. Going first, that's swinging the new grade 2 swings for 25. And you can
oh yeah,
swing 4 times with that.
that's true.
It's gonna be so difficult to guard every single one of them. Right?
Wait,
Right?
what
I
does the
think
new card do for heroes?
when it's
Uh
discarded
yeah.
with the cost of the order, you CB1, call it, and choose a hero from drop and base it.
Yeah.
Oh, so it
And
comes
if
back
you
and you have
yeah,
another
yeah. And it's a
base.
10 it gets plus 10k if you have a base and the hero Vanguard, I think, if
So it's
that's
a 20k attacker.
and then plus 5 from the Vanguard effect. So
So
25.
it's 25. That's a 15k
And going
shield.
Yeah,
first, your opponents are not guarding that.
yeah, it's gonna be very difficult to guard those.
Can it
So
restand?
yeah,
No.
I mean, you can
Swap
swap your
columns.
Oh
guards.
yeah, you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
use direct Fourier. Okay.
So
Yeah.
Alright.
The
I can
worst
see it. I
it's
can see
definitely
it.
the worst, right?
Put
Definitely
it
the
up
worst
here.
Brand Gate deck, but it's still good.
I'd say it's
Alright.
better than Chaos. Is it better than Bruce?
Bruce? Yeah. It's got a
Yeah.
better grade
Here.
3.
Here
Yeah,
maybe.
it's
Yeah, and it
also
has
Maybe,
Elder
maybe.
Breath. Yeah, it has Elder Breath. Let's go.
oh yeah, the,
Elder
the
Breath.
oh the breath carry
But
obviously.
it's yeah, it's no, but it's the deck that uses. It's not very good at utilizing Elder Breath, but Elder Breath is just that good.
Yes. So yeah, I'd say that's a right spot.
Okay. Let's next is Eva. We'll just put Eva right here. Is
Yeah,
it better
sure.
than Jet?
Yes, it's
That's
better
it.
than Jeff.
So
I'd
Eva's
say it's
better than
better
Jet.
than Jet
Okay.
Yeah,
just because it's a grade 3 deck.
yeah. So that's
There's
why
no
you bring
discussion.
Avant-Garde if you feel like your opponents will bring Eva. You just have to hope that you fight them with Avant-Garde.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
All right. How about Gravidia? Gravidia
what
was a menace before.
my baby, huh?
That's a skill
I
diff.
I used to love I
Is
used
it
to love
skill
this
diff?
deck. If you check
Or is it
triggers,
RNG? Is it still RNG based or is it skill diff now?
it's I'd say it's still a skill diff because it has like draw power, it has retire.
Yeah.
If you know your matchups, you can probably still win.
There are very good Gravidia players that can and will beat you.
Okay.
Yes.
I,
Let's just do this.
I still have hope for this deck, even though I don't play it
it has
anymore.
the most disgusting insta win of all decks.
Yes.
So we'll put it in the middle of skill diff. High, mid, or low skill diff. Maybe in the middle. So we'll just put it randomly here.
I'd say it's the
High?
higher end. It's high,
Uh,
it can, but like even in even in slows, I'd still think it's still in the skill diff tier.
it only has one real matchup, I'd say, and that's Eva. The rest, the rest it fights really well.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say it's in high skill diff.
Still
Okay.
PG or GG, you know.
GG or
Exactly.
GG. Alright. Ooh, Orphist.
Oh my!
Regis.
I
The
Again,
royal
I
rogue.
I tried this deck before. I honestly don't know how that runner up dude in BC in Worlds get even managed to get there. From what I've seen, he just miracle heals like crazy.
Okay, so it's just
So
skill diff. Or
Man,
is
I
it
I
brought
just
mean,
this deck for
mid? Or
guess
is it
BCS.
RNG? Is it
I guess
RNG?
I guess a good Orphis player can maybe skill diff.
Yeah, it's definitely a skill
But
diff,
like
right?
its skill potential is not enough from what I've played.
It's
Like
a 5 attack deck with
I
huge
Yeah, it's a
numbers.
5
It's
attack deck.
Bastion.
I used this deck against uh Minerva and I just cannot kill. It's
A big yeah, that's a Minerva thing.
it's
Yeah.
super piece reliant. It honestly can't kill from what I've seen
Uh
or
So
from
I'll
what
put
I've
it in
played.
the lower tier of skill diff.
wait. It's a good deck.
Or
It's a
here.
good rush deck. It's
Yeah,
In the middle.
Bastion. It draws cards.
it's a good
It has Eldo Breath.
So
it's,
it's here in the middle of skill diff. It's
Yes,
here.
I guess it's
something like that.
Right in the
Yeah,
middle.
I
and
don't
it
know.
doesn't really retire decks. I mean, it's okay to get retired since it's all tokens, and it's. I feel like it's at its best when you're running Thumberino.
Yes.
Tamburino.
Yes.
Okay,
So
now
yeah,
it's here in the
skill diff.
middle. We'll put,
Yeah.
how about Pure Light? Is Prison still good? The best
I
deck
have
before?
I have no comment.
Oh,
I
it
mean,
just loses hand
it's
cards too fast, right?
it's an annoying deck for sure. So if you don't know the matchup or if you don't know how to play against Prison, then you're most likely gonna win. But in a team format, I'd say I'd
No,
say
it's
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 mid.
it's Jover. There's Eva in the meta.
Oh
Oh yeah, that's
yeah. Oh
true. Because
yeah, you're
oh yeah,
right.
Prison obfuscate, boom, I just call them back and give crit.
Yeah, I
Haha.
guess
Yeah,
I
if you're
guess it's
going
Jover.
second against Eva, yeah, it's not going well for you. You're not going to win.
So yeah, from yeah, just because of that, it's already over.
Yeah, it's Jover. Okay, Flagberg. I wanna put we're already in Stoica, yeah. I wanna put Flagberg in most likely to top
Yeah.
I'd say it's
Yeah.
also most likely to top
Yeah.
because it has
here
good Vanguard pressure. It can
in the
retire
middle.
as
I'll put
well.
it in the middle.
It can also multi attack. Like it's a good combo deck that
Guardian Strike, hell
draws
yeah.
cards also as well because of inlet. Yeah,
Oh, it's
Vanguard
gonna
pressure.
utilize the new OT real well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Put it
I'd say
here.
it's a most likely to top.
So since we're on water tier dragons, let's do Maelstrom right after. I feel like they're in the
Daddy
same tier.
Flagberg.
I feel like they're in the same tier. They're just right beside each other. No?
Consistency. Yeah, this deck doesn't brick. There's no bricking for that deck. If you want a consistent deck that's going to bring you all the way up, Maelstrom is so.
Can it finish games though?
Yeah, it's
Yes, it
gonna eat
can.
cards hand up. It's gonna eat cards up. Yeah, especially with the new grade 2, the on Persona right stuff.
Oh yeah,
God,
give
it's
two things
so
10K.
strong.
Yeah, so it's
I
right
Yeah.
mean,
beside.
I haven't encountered Maelstrom yet, so I
I
can't really
did.
comment on anything. But from what your guys are saying, I guess it's good.
Maelstrom
Consistently top
top
slow puts it.
twice
But
in Vertis North.
Yeah.
I can. Is it better than Drajul, the Vanguarda? I'd say
I'd
Flagberg is better.
Oh yeah, Flagberg is better. That's definitely true.
they're just the same, honestly. So they're
Is
around
it?
here in the middle. Or will it be
No,
high?
no.
No,
That
I'd
can't
say
be. It
it's in
can't
the
be.
lower half. I'd say it's in the lower half.
In
Lower
BSF, where
half.
you have teammates that you can rely on, having a risky deck is a bit better since your high rolls will win and your low rolls you
I
still
mean,
have a chance of winning, but if in case you don't, you still have your teammates right there, right?
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So
Um,
I'd say it's in the lower half.
around here.
Mm,
From
Maybe.
yeah,
Okay,
is
let's
it
do
better
that.
than Avantgarda?
Maybe.
I'd say yeah, I
I mean,
guess. Because you'll never
against
break, right? You'll never break.
yeah, it's there's no way you're breaking with that deck.
All right,
Maybe
all
the
right.
worst thing about that is not seeing inlets, but even then, you still have ways to just plus.
Yeah.
It can also have multiple ways to multi attack. So
Yeah, yeah, pretty
yeah,
cool.
okay.
Okay.
I'd
How about
I'll
Grand
take your
Fiat?
word for it. I have no idea.
Granfia.
I
I
honestly have
have.
no idea.
No one knows, so it's just Jover.
Not really. It has a good because like it has a good it has like that token that stacks in power in the like your Vanguard column. So it has like good Vanguard pressure, I guess. So
does,
I'd say it's mid.
does it hard
Like
lose to Chronojet?
I mean, if you're, I guess so, because you can just remove the token behind it.
Yeah. CB1
So
just bye bye. Not
I
even
guess so.
attack.
I guess so. So I'd say it's in mid because like I can see like very good plays with Granfia still. It also has good Vanguard pressure. So
Okay.
yeah.
Maybe if there was a card that says if your Noblesse tokens to be retired, you can like remove two gauges and then it doesn't get retired instead, something like that.
Yeah. I've
Mm.
never really dove into Granfia
Same.
that much,
Yeah.
so I can't really comment.
All
So
right.
for
Same here.
now
Same here.
I'd put it in mid.
Mid. All right. Leonorn. I'd say RNG because it triple drive to victory.
Yeah. And
Mm,
restanding, you just put all triggers in whatever.
Yeah.
I,
Oh my god.
Even the
from what I
PR that helps you soul
from
charge, that boosts your, let's say, Creed Assault, it's still RNG. Like, okay, triple drive, you only get zero triggers. Triple drive, you get one trigger, that's it.
oh god.
I think
Right?
that's
So
a
it's just
shield value
RNG.
issue, right?
I'd say it's Jover. From
Leonard,
what I
Jover.
from what I've played, it's such a
Oh,
it's
yeah.
such a copium deck, dude.
And you need
Does
a
it have
full field.
shield issue? Does it have
You
full
need
shield?
Yeah, you need
back
a full field. Yeah, you need a
you
full
need a
back
back
row.
you need
And
a
you need
back
two front
row.
rows to
It does
like give
it doesn't
value.
have it doesn't have a good hand power. Like I
Yeah,
don't really
you'll be
like that.
discarding a lot. I think
I
it's
mean,
Jover.
yeah, it's Jover.
No,
Okay.
that's rough. Wow.
Alright,
G4. G4
This
Magnolia.
one,
Magnolia.
this one doesn't have any weakness, I think. This deck doesn't really have a weakness, but it doesn't do
I
that
mean,
much
I'd
too
say
well, right?
I mean it has like an early game weakness, maybe.
I mean, you can call, right? But you get punished because if you play cards early. I guess so. But then you draw lots of cards, right?
I mean, yes, in like G4, your turns become even scarier because of like multiple inlets and six attacks with like big
Yeah.
power.
And I
So
think it's up here, like
Yeah, it's
above,
definitely up in most
around
likely to
here,
top. I
in
I
the
feel like
higher.
I'd say
uh
I'd say Wellstra is better
uh,
just because it's a grade 3 deck.
you play like Magnolia to grind, right? To grind your opponents out.
Yeah, yes, I agree.
So hopefully, I think like it's kind of bad going into Chrono Jet because you don't really have that strong of a rush. You can rush, but it's not that strong, and you really want to go long games with Magnolia.
Yeah, and when you're fighting against Jet, I think Jet has like a better long game.
Yeah, just because of the strides. Yeah.
Exactly.
So we'll move this down a bit
Uh,
just because
No,
of against Jet, but
I
Eva
mean
also
no,
exists.
I'd say it's still there,
it
but
has a good
like
matchup against Eva because of Bojalcorn. Bojalcorn, if
Oh
your opponent's running
yeah,
Bojalcorn,
the
it wipes out
Bison.
it's
Is
a
it the
Vermilion.
Bison?
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
the the
It
Bison.
wipes the
Yeah.
front row. It attacks the front row.
Okay. Goodbye to those Obsidians.
Yeah, and still Ginosla is still really freaking strong.
It's
Two
yeah,
Vermilion.
Ginoslas and you hit the
check,
OT.
check
Wow.
OT, then you
You
have a
just keep
Ginosa on
transferring.
field. Yeah, just transfer that to 100 mil power.
There's the rush you're looking for.
All
Exactly.
right. How about
Yeah,
the G3 version?
Ooh, G3.
I'd say G4 is better.
Definitely is,
Like
yeah.
That's around here. Skill diff maybe
it's persona ride reliant.
in the middle, around in the
Cause
middle
like without the persona ride,
or
the
lower.
deck just sucks.
Yeah, I guess I put it here.
Yeah,
Low
Mhm.
tier of skill diff.
yeah.
Or is
Yeah.
it
So
mid? Or is it high mid?
it
No, I
replaces its grind effect for a better rush early game.
yes, cause yeah, it's just persona ride reliant.
All right. Sorry. I'll just put it in the lower skill diff.
Yeah, I agree.
Next,
Roroa,
Roroa.
hmm,
Has Roroa changed? Or is it still the same?
not not really, but I'd say it's a good rogue deck. I'd say it's better than Bastion. I think
Better
it's at
than
the top.
Bastion? No
I think it's
way.
just because of it, just because it's a rush deck. Like in the meta, where like would you compare it to like the best decks? It's like turn 3 reliant. When with Gorowa, you can just rush on like turn 2.
Ruro, I
So
think, has the best rush of all.
exactly.
Better than Orphist?
And
Yeah.
yes, because like it doesn't like Orphis doesn't spawn tokens like turn two, but Roroa can.
Okay.
Yeah. You're always
So
risking
in the
guarding
middle.
Rurova.
In the middle of skill diff.
I
Hmm.
I'd say yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Now we have two Zorgas, the red and blue one. So which is
Uh,
better without the mask? We still don't have mask.
if it does have mask, I'll put in skill diff, but since we're not there yet, uh, I don't really know. I haven't seen Zorga in like forever, so I can't really comment on it. I'd say it's RN.
Maybe
I'd say it's RNG because you need to find your orders for like both decks.
It's 3 attack deck.
So
that it's still a three
oh
attack
yeah,
deck.
it's three attack. That's a bit
I'll just
copium.
put it
So
here around the mid area. Is it the same for blue? Or is it Jover for
uh
blue?
No, it's
no,
not Joker for blue.
I'd say they're equal turns. They just have different playstyles.
Okay.
Red
Okay.
Zerg is more Red Zerg is more of like an aggro deck, while blue is like a very
Yeah,
tanky deck.
tempo. So if you're like a connoisseur of Zorga, I can see it being into skill diff. But
Yes,
if you
like
just picked it up, like, 'cause you don't have a deck to play, yeah, you're gonna find yourself
if
struggling.
you don't have like knowledge in the deck,
Yeah,
so
you need, because I feel like this deck is a deck that you need the most matchup knowledge.
yes, it's a big brain deck. It has like multiple plays just because of like the orders that you can use.
All right.
So I'd say it's mid.
Okay. Now for lyrical, we don't have to do everything. We're just gonna handpick lyrical that will probably put up here. Like, yeah. So let's start with G for Kyrie. So maybe we'll do one, two, three. Is there any other relevant decks here? Does Kyoka exist?
I really want I
Kyoka's
really
pretty
want to
good,
say
Iroha.
Kyoka's good.
Does
Just put
Loronero exist?
Put Kyoka in. Because I want to talk
Okay.
about this deck.
How
Okay,
about
okay.
Loronero?
No, that deck doesn't
No?
exist anymore,
Okay.
sadly.
So one, two, three, four. We'll talk about four decks for now.
The Ernest Correct deck.
You want to put
That one.
Clarissa in?
It has you can swing it to Obsidians. So.
You you no, you
But
need
it's
a full field of Ernest correct. You need the whole gang
no,
to
no,
make it
we'll
work.
talk about we'll talk about later. We go into it.
Okay, we'll
But for
just do
now, let's
one, two, three. We'll just do this top five. So
yeah,
Mhm.
sure.
first G for Kyrie. Is it still good?
No,
No?
I'd say it's mid slash RNG because like
Mid?
it needs to find its pieces for like good value. It's also a grade 4 deck that so it's slow. But
Yeah.
even then, with like grade unlike your grade 3 turn, do you really have a good hand size to like tank against like Chronojet, Eva, Youthwork, Wellsta?
Mhm.
I'd, I'd
Ooh,
say not
rough.
really.
So maybe mid.
So I'd say I gonna say it's mid.
Yeah, it's too slow.
Yes.
Okay.
Not enough
Let's
power either.
Yeah.
yeah.
I yeah, I agree.
Okay. Michu. Yay, Michu.
Meet you,
I
I.
Is it
I
skill
actually
diff or mid?
I love this deck from what I've seen. It has like a good gimmick that it swaps with Nokuno. So that cancels the effect draws, effect fronts.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah. So your 10k shield draws becomes 5 when Nokuno's in the Vanguard circle. So I'd say it's a good rogue deck.
Mhm.
Um
Skill
I'd
diff
put it in
maybe.
skill. I'd
Yeah,
say
around
skill.
above top skill diff. Maybe up here.
Yeah. It can potentially be the most likely. No, not actually no. I'd say
No.
it's high skill diff.
Okay.
So
Let's do the
yeah.
last three. Lutetia. I think Lutetia is up here.
Leticia
Yeah.
is the best lyrical deck at the
Best
moment.
lyrical deck.
So, but
Put
is
her
it
up.
best deck? No, not. No, it's not.
I'll put
So
Lutetia
I'd
in the
say,
middle.
yeah. I don't know why it's being unrepresented though.
Uh,
Like we barely see it. I don't know why.
it's it has a good high roll, right? Good high roll, good
Yeah.
deck spinning.
It also has that grade 2 that gains 15k.
But
It
there are
has
really games
good
where you
shield
don't see
value.
four of your. But yeah, but if you really need a lyrical nation in your team, Letitia's the one to bring.
Leticia is the best one.
The best
So
lyrical at the moment.
yep.
Okay, last two. Kyoka.
Yoka. I
Okay,
tried this
talk
deck when
about it.
it first I tried this deck when it first came out. It's a fun deck, I say. But is it a good deck when you want to bring it in tournaments? No, not really. It has good draw power. It has like it has like an okay like Vanguard or like attack power. It has
Mhm,
also multi attack. It can fetch PGs actually in the early game.
mhm,
So
mhm.
I don't know. It's just a fun deck. I'd say it's a mid because like it can still do its place and can potentially kill up your opponent if you have like good pieces. So
It's a multi attack deck that relies on a certain unit to multi attack, right?
yes, it also
So
needs
it's
to find
mid.
the order. It
It's
also needs
mid
to
and
find the
RNG based.
yeah. I mean, it's more so on the mid section. So
All right. The last deck, since you wanted to talk about it,
huh.
Clarissa. You're
Oh,
only
I
playing
love.
Clarissa just to say, "Oh, I'm going to wipe out your front row."
I mean, it it's a good field disruptor, but yeah, like you said, it needs a full field.
It needs the whole gang specifically.
Exactly. So
It
it needs
specifically needs the gang.
different earnest corrects.
Yes.
So in its highs,
Mhm, mhm.
I'd say it's a low skill diff, but like it's mostly an RNG based deck just because it needs a full field with different earnest correct units. So
Then here.
I'd say it's a good rogue, quote unquote, because like no one's I guess no one expects it.
Mhm, mhm.
It has good Vanguard pressure where if the Clarissa hits multiple targets, it draws a bunch.
All
So
right.
yeah, I'd say it's mostly on the RNG side.
RNG side. So I think
Yes.
that's all for now. We've already hit the 1 hour mark, honestly.
Oh, wow, that's pretty good. I didn't expect it would take that long, but then again, there's a lot more decks than I remember.
There's
Mm.
even more
Yeah,
here that we're not gonna talk about anymore.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
Yeah.
looking at this, it's looking like the format's pretty healthy.
hmm
You're going to expect a lot of different decks in BSF.
yep. So yeah, I agree with this. Nothing to argue about.
This is
Yeah,
specifically for BCF, okay? BSF, I
yes,
mean. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And it's
I'd
a
argue
team
with this.
format.
Just
Yeah, it's a team format deck, so
people
very good.
talk us, please
Yeah, you
comment
know,
your
if
taste,
it's
please.
like this, if you disagree with us, hit that subscribe button, and tell us straight to our face. We'd hate it if you'd subscribe. Haha. But if you like the deck, if you like the thing we did here, please subscribe. We'd appreciate it. Hell yeah.
Exactly.
All right.
So yeah,
That concludes the video. This is our BSF Manila 2023 tier list. And we are
predict.
again Sentinels TCG. We're gonna see. I think we're gonna have a vlog. We might have a lot of POVs, maybe. If everyone's gonna vlog, multiple POV, and I can just make it into one video. Why not? Right?
Sure.
That'll be fun.
So if you want to look forward to that, please subscribe.
Subscribe and
Please.
wait for 3 days from now. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So
It's either will be
maybe,
really
yeah.
happy or real sad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just hope someone in our team gets top 8, at least top 8.
Yes, we're relying on you for that.
The Sweat Lords will only play meta decks, bro. Anyway,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's all for the video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in like
Yep,
what,
yep.
4 days, 3 days.
Hell
3
yeah.
days, I guess. Yeah.